Hey guys, and welcome back to Meshing About. So, I kind of went a little nuts after fixing the symmetry. So a little bit of work on the stem. I softened the edges on the teeth so that they are not flat like the thorns are. See how it's got a flat end there? I need to fix that. So the teeth come to points, which is good. So working on the armor a little bit at the moment. The skin flappy dappy bits are coming along pretty good. The tongue's taking shape as well. And the inside of at least the inside of the bottom is taking its shape too. So I'm just going to keep working on this head part here. So last time we had problem with the symmetry and had completely missed an entire step when I made the model to get the symmetry right. So that was my bad and not the program's, which I thought at the time it might be. Oops. Yes, and I'm really hoping this doesn't take too long, because it is a little more simple than the Zelfos, but there are actually some more things that will be added. The leaves around the bottom so that it sits in something, and the leaves around the head to close the gap up here. I actually like the way that I didn't really know if this armor thing would work, but it kind of is starting to shape up pretty well. So yeah, not really much has been happening. I think this week might be a little more busy than last. But there's still nothing really special happening, which sucks. So it's I know I mentioned this last episode yesterday, but it is E3 coming up pretty soon. I know a lot of people in the house are pretty keen for that, as well as a lot of a lot of my mates as well. So yeah, pretty excited to see what comes out of that. I've got to start planning packs as well, which is another thing. I don't think I'm going to get that camera in time, so I'll be using my small digital camera for that. But they haven't the annoying thing is they haven't put up like the times for when things are, because even though I have a 3-day pass, I don't really want to go for all 3 days unless each day there was something really extreme on. I don't think I'd want to, because I'd rather use this as another trip to also see some mates that moved from Brisbane to Melbourne that I haven't seen in a while. So I was really hoping they would put up their the show times and things like that. But it doesn't look like they have yet. But that's not too bad. I can sort of wing that, so I'll have to sort that out this week as well. I think I mentioned I had work at the uni on Thursday, so that will be good. Something to keep me occupied. I haven't really played too many games, which is good. It means I've got a lot of work done. But played a little bit of Guns of Icarus again, so that wasn't. I was starting to think that would be sort of like a waste of money, but no, people are still enjoying that, which is good. It's fun to just try and work out, what combinations of weapons work on which ships, and whether it's better to be fast and light with heavy guns, or more maneuverable with light guns to do more damage and things like that. There doesn't seem to. Why is the symmetry out? Local symmetry's not on. Shit. I can't believe that happened. No. Wasn't even paying attention. So is this better? It's better. Well, that pretty much undid 6 minutes of work. But anyway, I can change it up. I didn't really like the super heavy cuts anyway. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. If you haven't tried it and you have a group of mates that you play games with a lot, it's definitely worth giving it a go. There's definitely not a lack of people playing either, which is good. It hasn't suddenly died down. And they might have added some more content, because we played a different mode where you capture points that are random. So there are 5 points, and then during the period of the game you have to capture 1 of 5 points as a team. But the locations are shown to you, but the point that's available for capture is always random. So that really was, it's a cool spin on sort of King of the Hill, and it worked. It worked really well. So I would suggest you check it out if you have. I think it was like $10 each. If you buy the 4-pack, it's definitely cheaper. Yeah, I probably mentioned it before, but it's definitely something to look at if you're interested in that kind of thing. As for art, there's not too much that I have been doing outside of the usual, really. I spent a lot of time getting this sorted, as I mentioned at the start of the episode. But beside that, it's just been either this or doing normal maps or other project stuff. So it's been keeping me pretty busy. Actually, I know that there's been a lot of debate about the new consoles and whether used games, whether used games are, a good thing for the industry or a bad thing. So I'm going to put a link at the bottom to a video that I found pretty interesting. that is about you know, the deal with used games and whether it's worth, you know, keeping the used game market around for the maybe for this generation, but you know, trying to phase it out for the next generation. Yeah, I'll put a link to that anyway, because I just think it's interesting if you're into that kind of debate, those topics and things like that. Yeah. So apart from a little hiccup before, I've done a bit to this upper part of the Deku Barber's head. It looks pretty good. I really like the design. I don't know, there's something about it when I bought into ZBrush and started flattening off the edges of the armor, it actually starts to fit together a little better now, which is good. Anyway, we'll end it there. Hopefully you've had a good weekend, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Alright, cheers guys.